is on 31st of January, the year 2025. The elections of the AU chairmanship are officially going to take place on February year 2025. And more so, we were told that, or the intel that we have, the person that will become the chairman of the African Union is going to be announced by 25th of February this year. Now, as we speak about the African Union chairmanship seat, we have two candidates that are on the forefront. One is from Djibouti, the former Prime Minister of Djibouti. I mean, the current Prime Minister of Djibouti. Not only that, the other person, another key figure that is vying for this seat is Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, the man that held the office of the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya, and he has remained to be one of the most influential figures in the African continent politics. Now, as we speak right now, everybody by December last year, 2024, had made up their mind. Most of the African countries had moved to support Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga as the African Union chairman. Though a lot of Kenyans were opposing Raila Odinga to be elected as the AU chairman because they think that if Raila Odinga takes that position, then Kenya will never have another opposition leader who can stand and fight for them. But Raila Odinga moved to have a coalition government or a broad-based government with President William Ruto that he was incorporated in. And William Ruto went ahead to launch the bid of Raila Amolo Odinga. And Raila, as his campaign for the African Union chairmanship seat, has been funded by the government of the Republic of Kenya. As we all know, it was rumored that over 10 billion were given or were dedicated to Raila Odinga's campaign. But President William Ruto made a mistake that has put Raila Odinga's candidature in jeopardy. You know, as I said earlier, mataifa mengi, a lot of countries had moved and they had said that they will support Raila Amolo Odinga because Raila has been transversing the continent of Africa, visiting different countries and meeting with different presidents from different countries to secure his bid for African Union chairman seat. Now, the other day, when the M23 rebels took over Goma, which is a city in Congo, President William Ruto, the president of Kenya, being the East African Union chairman, the East African Union Community chairman or chairperson, went ahead to publish a message, and that message diminished the post that Raila Odinga holds, or the post diminished what African countries stand for. Because President William Ruto posted a message depicting that he had called the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, to tell him on the escalating tensions and the escalating situation of war in Congo. Now, the statement that was made by Honorable William Ruto, the president of Kenya, that is a statement that diminished a lot of and angered a lot of African presidents and African countries. Because it can't be that you are supporting one of your own to become the AU chairman, yet you can and you hold the position of the East African community, the EAUC, I mean the East African Union Community chairperson seat, and you cannot result on an amicable way of solving the problem that are ongoing in Congo. You have to go and snitch about Congo to France, and all that the people of the people of Congo want is their country to be freed from the European countries, including France, which had colonized Congo that has for the longest time taken this country, that has for the longest time captured this country and made the people of this country never to benefit from their natural resources. But you, as the president of Kenya, the move that you made betrayed the African Union and the African narrative of us standing together and solving our problems without involving the international communities or without involving other continents. Now, that is something that really angered a lot of African countries, and it put the candidature of Raila Amolo Odinga in jeopardy and in a very dangerous spot, because as we speak right now, different countries and different presidents that their countries were colonized by have withdrawn their support in supporting Raila Amolo Odinga for the AU chairmanship, because they are saying that we believed in Raila Odinga as a man that wanted to unite Africa and could find ways to solve the problems of Africa without involving other international communities. But your president has gone ahead to show us that we are not in a capacity to trust you to deal with our problems. You will go ahead and snitch on us to those foreign countries. Are you getting the point? You all heard the speech that was made by the Rwandese president, the Rwandan president Paul Kagame, General Paul Kagame. He called out President William Ruto, the president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, and he called out even our former president, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. As we speak, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta went ahead to tell African countries to keep off the cries that they are crying after Donald Trump withdrew the support or the funding that that the African countries or the governments of Africa were getting from the United States. He told them that Trump is not your president. Trump is serving the people of America, not US citizens. So this tells you that President William Ruto has put this candidature of Raila Amolo Odinga in a very dangerous spot. And let me tell you, if by any means Raila Odinga loses the AU chairmanship, then the blame will fall on William Ruto. And if the blame will fall on William Ruto, then Raila Amolo Odinga will vie for the presidency in Kenya come the year 2027. And he will dethrone Ruto from the position that Ruto holds as the president of the Republic of Kenya. Now, when you look at it, countries like Rwanda means they are not they have withdrawn their support. Countries like Botswana, Tunisia, Egypt, countries like Togo, as we speak right now, they have withdrawn their support. Now, if these people withdraw their support for Raila Amolo Odinga, that means they will be supporting the other candidate who is from Djibouti. And that means Raila Odinga's chances of becoming the AU chairman have just been slimmed due to a mistake that was made by William Ruto. And William Ruto should have consulted with different people and different African leaders before making the public statement that he made on the phone call that he had with France President Emmanuel Macron. Because it is a very crucial time for him to make that statement, or even to publish or to be proud that he had a phone call with Emmanuel Macron, because himself, he knows that the time for Raila Odinga to become the AU chairmanship or the elections for the AU are around the corner. But he, William Ruto, took that for granted and went ahead to publicize the message that he he publicized in regards to the phone call that he had with President Emmanuel Macron. Allow me to read this message by President William Ruto. He made this, he publicized this message 4 days ago on his social media pages. I have spoken to President Emmanuel Macron of France on the situation in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. He has expressed support for the regional efforts to deal with the challenge. President Macron also committed his country's support for the interventions being carried out and for Kenya's participation in other peace initiatives in Somalia, Sudan, and South Sudan. Ruto was trying to look good, was trying to appoint himself as the president of Africa. But other African countries who want to be free from the European colonies are not pleased with him. And if they are not pleased with him, that means they are not pleased with this candidate for the AU, and that is Honorable Raila Odinga. I want to hear your comments in regards to this. Leave a comment on the comment section. See you in our next video. This is the Kenyan Daily Report.